Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Srinivas. I'm now discuss about Consumer Protection Act 1986, which is amended in 2002. The basic of Consumer Protection Act is consumer sovereignty, and consumer is the king. A counter doctrine for doctrine of caveat emptor, that is buyers beware, has been replaced by a caveat venditor. By this enforcement of this act, the history of the Consumer Protection Act is the act was passed in Lok Sabha on 9th December 1986 and it came into force on 1st July 1987. Rajya Sabha passed on the 10th December 1986 and ascertained by the President of India on 24th December 1986 and was published in the Gazette of India on 26th December 1986. The Consumer Protection Act 1986 contains 47 sections and 4 chapters. A central committee for consumer affairs has come up with to promote and protect the rights and interest of the consumer is by proactive approach or reactive approach, defense approach as well as the curative approach as shown in the chart. The Consumer Protection Councils are established under the Finance Ministry and Ministry of Consumer Affairs and the Consumer Protection Act for the grievances to be heard in consumer protection councils and agencies like District Form, State Commission and National Commission. Now, commercial purpose will not be treated as a consumer. Here it is given, that is Sanjay Krishna Kant versus Mugi Communications and others, wherein the consumer for the commercial purpose will not be treated as a consumer. Who is a consumer is the basic idea to be explored during this discussion. User of goods with approval of buyer is also a consumer. A case, Dinesh Bhagat versus Bajaj Auto Limited. A purchased a scooter which was in the B's possession from the date of purchase, and B had a complaint regarding the scooter. He sued the seller. The seller pleaded that since B did not buy the scooter, he was not a consumer under the act. But virtually, the buyer is also and which is given the good faith using it by his friend is also consumer. Now let us come to the topic, who is a consumer. To understand the consumer is very important in the applicability of Consumer Protection Act 1986. In respect of goods and services, and both we can call a consumer as who buys the goods for consideration. See, consideration is a vital part of a consumer affairs, and goods user beneficiary of such goods with the permission of the buyer. He is also a consumer, and the case just now I talked about is pertaining to this particular rule. Then he must have paid cash and a promise and a credit card, and partly paid and partly promised and deferred by installments. So in respect of service, avails any service for consideration and the user beneficiary of such a service with the permission of the who has purchased the service. Now in this also, some must have paid in cash, then some by promise, credit, and partly paid, partly promised, and deferred by installments. So here the consideration is very, very, very vital. Exemption, but does not include any purchase of availment to commercial purpose. In other words, one who buys and sells it for resale, he is not a consumer. Now, Constitution of Central Council, subsection 2 of the section 4 provides for the following.